Hello makers, and welcome to Share Stitchery. I'm Catherine Harris, and if you're new here, I do sewing and DIY tutorials each week, so hit that subscribe button down below. This week, I wanted to share a sew-along of the True Bias Hudson Pants. It is one of my TNTs, or tried and true patterns. Some people call it tried and tested, but who am I to argue? So let's get to it.
Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum.
Let's start with the pockets. We're going to start with pieces 4 and 5, and we are going to place a decorative edge on top of the pockets. So we're just going to place those together and stitch it in place just as so. And then we're going to attach it to the front of our pants, just matching up the notches there. And then we're going to stitch that in place along the same stitching line that we did before. This is what it'll look like. We're going to give it a nice good press. And once that is done, we are going to flip it to the wrong side, and we're just going to baste the top and the bottom of the pocket bag here. Now we're going to add the pocket bag so we have something to put our hands into. And we're just going to pin that in place. Careful not to pin the front of the pants. We're going to stitch along there. And if you want, you can also give it a nice good serge to clean up the edges. Now for the side seam and the crotch seams. So what we're going to do first is we're going to match up the front and the back pieces of our pants, and we're going to do the side seams. So we're just going to pin this in place all the way down the edge of the pants here. That way we've got it nice and secure. You can also use those alligator clips, and then you're going to do the same thing on the inside. And so now you're going to turn one of the pants right side out, and then you're going to place them right sides together so that we can do the crotch seam. And so now that you've sandwiched them inside together, you're going to pin the crotch seam. I like to use double pins so they don't move around. And then starting at the top of either side, just distribute that. And then you're going to stitch all around the crotch seam. And it should look like this when you turn it right side out. Now onto the waistband. So we've got our buttonholes marked, and we're just going to put some interfacing on the wrong side of our pattern piece here for the buttonholes. And then we're going to fold it back in half, and we're going to place those markings back onto the pattern piece on the right side of the fabric, so we know where the notches are as well as where our buttonholes are going to be. And once you've got those notches done, just make sure you mark out those buttonholes so that you can clearly put them in. And stitch those in on your sewing machine. And now we're going to place right sides together, and on the short ends we're going to attach that together. So now that we've pressed that, we are going to place wrong sides together, and we are going to pin this band. And when we pin it, I like to quarter it. So I'm pinning first the center front, center back, and then I'm going to find the two edges, which would be the side seams. That way you can distribute the fullness of the fabric evenly when you're attaching it to your pant bottom. And I'm just adding a couple extra pins for security here, and then we're going to attach it to the pants bottoms. And I always start in the quartering, so the center front, center back, and then the two side seams, and then just adding additional pins as need be. And then once that's done, you're going to stitch all the way around. So I've stitched all the way around here, but make sure you leave an opening so that you can insert your elastic. So right now we're going to get onto the drawstrings. You can use a regular drawstring, or you can make one like I am. I am just using some clear elastic tape, and I'm doing a triple stitch zigzag. Then I'm just trimming off the excess. And then I'm going to take a safety pin, and I'm going to put it in through the tube and just pull it out. And I've sped this up because it is a long process. And then you can see that we have a drawstring cord that matches exactly to our fabric. Now for the waistband. So I've attached a pin already to the waistband, and we're just going to feed that in just as we usually would. I like to attach the back end to the end where the opening is. That way it doesn't fall inside the casing that we've created. And so we're going to pull that all the way around and then pull that out through the opening. And then once that is done, then we can look at zigzagging it on our sewing machine. And then that way it'll secure it nicely. And so then I give it a nice good stretch, and now we're going to stitch the bottom so that there is no opening. Now the next step is we are going to pin the elastic in place, and once it is pinned in place, we are going to then stitch along the top and the bottom all the way around, going through the elastic. This helps so that the elastic doesn't twist, and it creates a little bit of a design feature. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to add in the drawstring tied with a nice cute bow. And now for the bottom cuffs. So you're going to fold that lengthwise, and then you're going to stitch it, and then you're going to give it a nice good press so the seams lie nice and flat, and then you're going to fold it wrong sides together, and you're going to match up the edges and the notches, and then we're going to place that on top of the bottom of our pants. So I'm just doing the exact same thing as I did with the waistband, where I quarter it, and then I grab the pant bottom, and I like to put the seam edge along the inseam so that you don't see it. So I don't put it on the back or the front or the outseam. I always put it on the inseam. And so I'm just distributing this evenly, matching up my notches where I've quartered everything. And then you can take it over to your sewing machine and give it a nice good stitch. And I also serged it to encase all the raw edges. And now you are all done with your Hudson pants. And you can get ready to wear them. And there you have it. A nice quick make that is absolutely one of my favorites. And another thing that I like about it is it comes in both a men's and a ladies size. So I haven't done so yet, but I have the pattern, and I'm going to make some for my husband too, so we can maybe match. One thing I really enjoy about this pattern is, depending on the fabric you use, and I used a Ponte Knit, that you could make it look a little chic. So you might be lounging around at home, but you still want to look good. Well, you can put on these Hudson pants and you still look pretty put together. And I made this cute little crop top just out of the scraps that I had from what the pattern called for in terms of the 1.5 meters to make the pants. I was able to make a top. It was either that or underwear, and I decided to go with a cute little crop top. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And I'd like to know in the comments what your go-to loungewear pants are when you're at home. Until next time, makers, let's get our Sew-Spiration on.